The chair would like to call the meeting of the Board of Canvassers on January 30th, 2014, 2:30 to order. First order of business would be the acceptance of the minutes of December 5th, 2012. If everybody has had a chance to read over their packet, the minutes, if there is no corrections or changes, the board would entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Second it. No.
And a motion to accept the minutes.
Motion to accept. Motion to accept.
Motion made to accept the minutes as presented of the December 5th meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? So voted. I seconded. Next order of business would be an honor, not an order of business, to welcome an old schoolmate and a lifelong friend, Eleanor Gentile, as an associate alternate member representing the Democratic Party to the Board of Canvassers.
Good luck, Eleanor.
In thinking about this, I was thinking how great it is to live in a small town like Westerly, where we still, as big as it's seemed to grown in population, we still know pretty much everybody in town. And like I say, to think back of the people as they did today, the good times we had in this small town growing up. And it's a pleasure to serve this town, and it's also a pleasure to live here. Moving on, next order of business would be to discuss a potential referendum. Has a request for a referendum been submitted to?
We have to have one because of one of the bond issues is in place and ready to go. So whether or not you have other questions, there is one question that we have to have a referendum on, and that's a purchase of a piece of property.
So we will definitely
You
have a
definitely
referendum.
have one, yes.
Has the council set a date or any date?
April 8th. No, it's not April.
Right, but that's up for discussion now with the board, because if it's on a Tuesday, we don't know what we're going to use for polling places because we cannot use the schools.
I actually spoke with someone who representing the schools, Kathleen and Brenda, and Brandy, and they both said that with the security issues and the protocol that's in place as of today, that anybody who comes into the school, the doors have to be locked at all times when school is in session. Anyone who comes into the school has to be buzzed in and report to the office first before they go anywhere within the school. So that means even if, like at State Street School where the gym is right there, even that you can't do. Well, they would have to be buzzed in, report to the office, and then go to vote.
All right. What about, can we hold this on a Saturday?
You can hold it on a Saturday. I also asked them about that, and the cost for a custodian would be $54 per hour. They get time and a half, but she said that she would have to speak with her boss tomorrow because due to the consolidation of town and school, it may come out of the school's budget versus coming out of our budget. It comes to about $750 for each polling location, because you'd have to have a custodian there for 13 hours. The polls would be open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And you'd have to report before and after, so it'd be about 13 hours. And if you have it on a Saturday, I also spoke to Bob Raposa, and he said that the only thing is, if you have it on a Saturday, he doesn't have a problem with it, as long as you're aware that the mail ballots will not be certified until Monday evening at about 5 p.m. on Monday.
So the cost would be $55 round figures an hour to have a custodian present for the time. Okay. To open it up for discussion, my recommendation is that we hold it on a Saturday. It's just going to be easier for parking, and it's going to be easier to use the appropriate schools, so that there'll be a flow that people can get to and from. And we sort of don't have the security problem that we would have during the week with the students. And
It sounds good, but I don't know, I just can't see it, having it on a Saturday. Like a,
why? I mean, if we hold it on a school day,
yeah.
we have
during the
problem
week, I
with
know we can't have the
security, and
schools.
it's gonna make if we get a lot out to
Think you'll
vote,
get a-
could create a sort of an inconvenience, not that they
Think
won't be
you'll
able to vote, but time-wise for people to come in and get right into,
You think you'll get a good turnout on a Saturday?
I personally would think you would get a better turnout on
Better?
a Saturday, because there are less people in the workforce. You could still comment, Ellen, by the way, I didn't.
Yeah, I feel as though Saturday wouldn't be a bad time. What would it cost if you had to get another place completely? How much would it cost you for that? We're talking about $55 for
An hour.
Okay, how much would it cost if you had to get a place during the week? Do you know what I mean? You'd have to
Well,
rent it, and how much would it
we would
cost
do-
that way?
We'd probably have to have another officer there, because if you've got to escort them back and forth as they check
Yeah. Mm.
in to go into the cafeteria, and you got to escort, well, you wouldn't have to escort them out because they leave by the exit door,
Yeah.
so there'd be
But if
only
you
one
had to
way.
do a rental of a place, if it wasn't on a Saturday, say, and you're having the school, so the $55 is not really, you know? Six of
I
one,
don't
half a
feel it's
dozen the other. I
insurmountable
don't-
amount of money to do it and have a rather even.
No, I think it sounds reasonable. And Saturday, I feel like you'd probably get more people.
Mm.
They'd be out of work and they'd go over. And it's not during the summer, you know what I mean, where you're,
Yeah, well,
We've never had a referendum on
no,
Saturday
we've never had it
before.
on
No,
a
but
Saturday.
hey.
It's a first, and be a lot of things we do in the first. But there again, it's up to the vote of the board.
yeah.
Then, if we had it on a Saturday, where would you suggest that we'd have it?
Well, just looking at numbers and placement in the town, if you held it on a Saturday, I think,
Oh, thank you.
It's a voting district.
Yes, I see that, yeah.
either way, you would have
State Street School?
2, 6, and 7 would go to Springbrook. Does that,
2, 6, and 7. Okay, yeah, that's,
Kathy, number-wise, does that come out I know it's not going to balance out even, but
2, 6, and 7 comes out to 7,866 voters, and 1, 3, 4, and 5 is 9,556 voters.
and then we would have 1, 3, 4, and 5 go to the middle school.
You just have two places, right?
Just 2 polling places. Based on the fact that when you use Springbrook, there's ample parking there to handle the numbers. Same with the middle school,
Plenty there.
and they're located so that most people in the areas of town can get there, you know.
Yeah.
That's just looking at the map and the numbers, that's what I would recommend, but there again, it's up to the board. And like I say, Saturday is a first, but
You don't think of State Street, no? State Street?
State Street, just where you're gonna pull the people from, and State Street is always a little parking problem. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
congested
yeah.
area in there. And
You're right.
holding it during the week, it's almost a
Springbrook.
horror story.
Springbrook, there's plenty.
Springbrook is plenty of parking.
Yeah, but even if it was on a school day, Springbrook seems to have a flow that you can,
Yeah,
enough
you can
ample
move, yeah. It
area.
works there, and it moves.
They will.
But, like I said,
You can't have it at Springbrook if it's a school day. They're
right,
not going to allow it. So you
okay,
can have an alternate location
yeah.
that's not a school. But because of the protocol, unless the voters are going to be buzzed in, every voter is going to be buzzed in and report to the office before going to vote, they're not going to allow it.
Any other suggestions?
What do you think?
And if you pick an alternate location other than a school, we got to go out and see if it's available, and you got to pick one where there's ample parking, and you got to locate it so people are not driving much farther
So
than
you're
they
gonna
have to.
Have one up Springbrook and then the other one down Middle School.
Well, if we held it on a Saturday, yes, we could use the schools, they're available to us. We don't have the security problem that we have when schools are in session. And it seems to me that you got adequate parking, and you try to pick the areas that are closest to those school locations so that,
If you consider all those things, I mean, for the parking, for the, just hope the people come out. on
I mean,
Saturday.
I've given you the pros, if you can think of some cons, other than, can people get out will you get more people on a Saturday or weekday? My feeling, being
Get
a
more
working
people on a
person, I would
Saturday.
think you would get more on a Saturday, but there again,
I think so, too.
not having done it before, I can't cast it in
That's
stone,
something,
but
too. But I think those are the two places, Springbrook and the Westerly Middle School. Then you're getting both ends of town.
Oh, yeah, as far as that goes, yeah,
Easy to
because,
get in, easy for parking. You've got that for sure, the easy parking and whatnot. And then what, you've got to get 2 custodians, both places,
yeah.
at 55 an hour. But
Yeah.
if you rented a place for,
Well,
you
that's
know,
what I
you
say.
gotta rent a couple
You
of
may not have
places,
to
then
rent it, but any place you get, you're gonna have to pay some
Pay
sort of
something.
cleanup.
Yeah.
Then
You
you
know,
have
to- That's what I
even
mean,
if you
you-
use a
so-
commercial place
But-
that have been very good to us in the past and not charged us, let
Then
us
you- then you-
use them.
Then you'll have to have a cop in both places.
Oh, you definitely gotta have a police officer, but where in the schools, once you get into the security level they want, you may have to have another police officer just escorting people in and out of the building. Plus, you're gonna have one that's gonna be a floater.
That's true, yeah.
You know, you can't have one and then he's gotta, you're gonna keep people waiting out in the vestibule out there. I guess the only thing I can remember is middle school, you had to come in a set of doors. It was sort of like a
Yes,
little
double.
entryway there, but it wasn't in the building. And then you had to get another access to go through another set of doors to get in the building proper. And so every time the voters come in, if you got 15 voters coming in, and it's, a group, you would have to hold them until a police officer was there to escort them into the cafeteria where they would vote. Then they could exit out.
That's what we
There's
did
there's a
before.
door to leave out from that. When you get down to Springbrook, it's a little bit different, but because if you use the gymnasium,
Yeah. You go right in.
it's an in and out. You don't have to go into the proper.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah,
You
it
could,
worked both
like I
ways.
say, you could try it, and if it doesn't work out on a Saturday, we just won't have it on Saturday anymore.
Yeah, well, okay. Moving
I don't know
along.
what else to say.
Okay.
The chair would submit a motion to hold the referendum on a Saturday. What would the date be on that, Kathy?
April 5th.
April 5th. And using the polling places would be at Springbrook Elementary School and the middle school. Voting districts would go 2, 6, and 7 would vote at Springbrook. And at the middle school, districts 1, 3, 4, and 5 would go to the middle school. Do I hear a second to the motion? Do I hear a second to the motion that we hold the referendum on a Saturday, April 5th?
Yes, make a motion that we
And-
hold the referendum on April 5th.
Second.
And
She's got a
that we
second.
hold it at the the Springbrook School would be a polling place and the middle school. That's part of the motion.
Yeah.
Yes. Motion made and seconded. Is there any more discussion on the motion? No other discussion? All those in favor? Say
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, nay? No nays, it's 100% accepted, unanimous, to hold it, the referendum on April 5th using Springbrook School and the middle school. Now we have to set up some adequate advertisement to get these locations explained to the people. I know we always use the newspaper. Radio can we get it on the public TV board? And is there any other means of getting the word out that anybody on the board might want to recommend, or girls from the office,
Yeah. Town's website.
please?
Town's website?
Yeah, well, that's,
Okay.
that's almost always a standard that we post everything on the website, but no other recommendations for advertising?
I don't think so.
All right.
I think you covered everything.
Okay. Can we have the number of election officials that the state's going to require based on?
We just got direction from the State Board of Elections that they had a subcommittee meeting with some of the election clerks and the Secretary of State's office and the State Board of Elections. And they determined that one of the problems in the general election of 2012 was that there weren't enough poll workers at some of the locations. So they set a criteria of if there's more than 2,800 voters in a polling place, then we're to have 10 supervisors, 2 clerks, a moderator, and a greeter. We didn't have any problems in Westerly for the 2012. We made out fine. We had a greeter, and we had 6 supervisors in each polling location, and we didn't have any problems. But some of the cities and towns did, and they thought that the reason was that there weren't enough poll workers. So they've set this criteria. So this is going to be more than 28, obviously, more than 2,800.
So that'll be 3 supervisors?
10 supervisors.
I mean,
5
3 and
pairs.
3 Republicans and 3 Democrats?
5. 5. 5.
5 Democrats and
And
5
5
Republicans
Republicans at each polling
at
place.
each polling place.
2 clerks, 1 moderator, and a greeter at each polling
A
location.
greeter coming in. They're not going to be a computer. They'll be just a
A
greeter.
greeter, yeah. I mean, we can have the computer if the board wants to. We can put a laptop
I
there
don't
and
think
they
we
can
need
tell
it
them
for
if
that.
they're in the right place or
I don't-
not.
I really don't think.
Okay.
we need. So that's 5 supervisors, right? 5 supervisors.
10 supervisors.
10 total
10
in each
altogether,
place.
5 of each.
5
10 supervisors at each polling
place, each polling place, yeah.
So that's 20 for the day, counting both polling places. Any other questions?
Well,
Having any other questions on the referendum?
no,
I-
I don't have any.
I have one more.
Yeah.
Maybe she,
Is about advertising the mail ballot. This could have gone under polling locations, because if we make the mail ballot application very accessible to the voters by putting the application itself either in the Westerly Sun as an insert, or what's that other paper that everybody gets? Whatever the paper is that all Westerly voters get, Westerly,
and a moderator.
some paper that all Westerly residents
10
get.
supervisors, 2 clerks and 1 moderator, okay?
It goes out to
one
all
reader.
voters, to all residents, whether they're a voter or not. It's totally up to you. Or we can just do a big advertisement in the Westerly Sun saying that
10 supervisors. that's
anybody
fine.
can vote by mail. They don't really need a reason anymore. Anybody can vote by mail. You don't have to be out of state. It's just I might not make it to the polls on election day. That's one of the criteria. They can, it's on the town's website, it's on the Secretary of State's website. They can come in and get it. They can call, I can mail it to them. So if we make that readily accessible to the voters, I think it's going to decrease the number of people that actually go out on a Saturday. So if we do get complaints about, we only had 2 polling places, or it's on a Saturday and I can't do it on a Saturday, everybody can vote by mail if they choose to. Everybody can. So however you want to get that word out to people, we can do it.
Yeah, as long as we have control with the applications, I have no problem, see no problem putting the ballot in there, you know.
The application, no, not the ballot.
The application, not the ballot.
That's what I
Application.
said.
Yes.
I said, as long as we're keeping control of the vote, which
Well,
is through the application, which is not going to be handed out in the newspaper.
Well, the application can be handed out in the newspaper, but it has to be returned back to the
Right.
Board of Canvassers. If it's not returned back, it's not going to be any good. They can't do anything with it if it's not returned back, because we have to certify it to the
Right.
Secretary of State. They are going to mail them a ballot. So unless that, you could have 1,000 mail ballot applications out for anybody to take, and unless they fill those out and they are in fact a registered voter, and we certify their application, then they're going to get a ballot. Otherwise, they're not going to get a ballot.
Right. But within the mechanics of the office, you foresee no problem in handing the ballots out.
We encourage people. The more people that vote by mail ballot, the less people that are going to go to the polls.
Yeah. I mean, I personally don't see a problem with it. I just want to make sure that you people handle this on a day-to-day basis, that there is no problem.
Can I just ask a question, Kathy? There's a charge for this to put it in whatever. Would you want to put? Have
Donna,
that
speak into the
expense-
mic,
would you
please, you're
wanna
not-
Create that expense of putting the application itself in, or just put a notice that the application can be received by the website, the newspaper?
That's what I said to them. Those are their options.
Yeah.
Whatever they decide, if they want to just do it as an ad, we can just
Right,
do it as an ad.
right.
Let everybody know where it's going to be available. If you want to put it as an insert, you can put it as an insert. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. Like Donna said, there's a cost. There'll be a cost for putting in
The application in?
as an
Right,
insert. There's a
but-
cost for an ad, but of course that's not going to.
Is there money budgeted that would allow for that?
Cost. I have to look in to see how much it would cost.
Yeah, and right now, their charges for advertising have gone up tremendously. the Westerly.
So we got another month. If we,
Something goes to every mailbox.
Oh, they have somebody print it. They don't do, they have a company that prints, like the water issue things.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have somebody
Well, we have
print
a
that.
company that prints the mail ballot. How do you get it in everybody's mailbox?
I don't know. You have to check with Paul. I really don't know how it's done.
I was just asking Donna how, like, the water department will put something in everybody's mailbox when something has to do with the water.
That might be mailed to resident.
Mail to resident, but, I mean, the Secretary of State provides the applications. We don't have to print the applications. They provide the applications. So, I don't know. Does anybody know how those get in people's mailboxes? If that would be a cheaper way to go? Or if you want to just do an ad in the newspaper and on the radio and on the TV like we do, like we're going to be telling people where the polling places are, we can do that. Whatever you decide.
We do that. You can incorporate it in that one ad, yeah.
well, in the past, we've used the ad, and I think everybody's had a chance to do it. And, they know they can come in and either write or call in, to get a mail ballot. Handing them out in the newspaper, I just don't feel as comfortable with it for some reason, and the sixth sense, I guess you'd call it.
Okay.
And I would rather see it through an ad, and then have them place where it's convenient for them to come and get it. I would rather stay open on a Saturday or something, if that's what did it, or a few hours later in the evening. I don't think it's necessary, but I mean, if it became necessary, I'd rather do it that route. So that-
Excuse me, they can pick up applications anywhere. They don't have to, we don't have to stay open on a Saturday for them to get applications. They can download them off the website.
I can bring them over to the
Library.
and put a
There's
bunch of
places
them
where we
there.
can put them, so we don't have to stay open for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, as long as it's convenient for the voter to be able to get it, and there is still
Right online.
some control over it, rather than just
Yep. They call. and
dropping
they
them from
go
there.
I always put the 30 days prior to an election, when we have the deadline to register to vote, we always put voter registration forms in the library because it's always on a Saturday, but this time it won't be, but the 30 days is always on a Saturday, and we could also, so we have voter registration forms over there, we could also put mail ballot applications over there if you want me to.
Yeah, I personally think that's more than sufficient. Anybody else have any other comments on it? or-
No, it sounds sufficient, the way, between the newspaper, the town website, and even radio, if they're speaking about it there. I mean, you're getting it out there, you know?
Well, I mean, if they don't want to go out, they're not going to go. I don't care where you put it.
They may be interested in what's going on.
Seeing there's no opposition to it, I don't think it's necessary for a vote. We all seem, they just do it the way we had directed, that the advertisement, and the only addition would be to put them in the library as we've done in the past. Any other things to come before?
I think that's it.
Just for notification to the board, the schooling that's required at the Board of Elections on the changes in the election laws, which they have requested, or is it mandatory, or is he just requesting?
Strongly urged.
I personally can only make it on a Thursday, and I will be going on February 27th, and that would be, the classes at 10 a.m. at the Board of Elections in Providence. So I would be leaving here about 8:45, so if the other board members would like to ride up with me, they're more than welcome.
Is this just for us or for the other
Yes,
people,
I'd
too?
like to join you.
Is Patty going to be involved with the referendum or not?
Yes,
Because-
she
oh, she
said
is,
she would.
because is she going to,
She said she would be in touch with
she's
you.
going to do, does she want me to get the poll list, or she's going to help too?
That's between you and her.
Oh, because you talked to her, didn't you?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
okay.
call her, and whatever you want to settle among you, that's you're working for your parties, and
Yeah, yeah, okay.
any other things to come before the board? Board would recommend a motion to adjourn. Nancy, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Chair seconds the motion to adjourn.
Second it?
Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? So voted. We are adjourned.